Hello, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to show you how to make your sole look like this. And what you want to do is take a flip-flop, take all this out so it can look like that. Then you want to take your awl, which you can get at any craft store or a hardware store, and you want to poke holes in your shoe from top to bottom, not top to the side, top to bottom. And you want to poke them evenly around your shoe. You got to make sure you have the same amount of holes on both shoes. And you want to make sure you have enough holes for whatever top you want to crochet to the sole or sew to the sole, whatever. So you want to do that all the way around your holes. You see that? Okay. Put your cover back on your awl. Safety first. Put that away. Now, you take your crochet hook, which I use a 1.90 hook. Oops. And you want to start at the middle back and put it through the top to the bottom. I already started this, so I'm going to go where I left off at. But you start from that middle back. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, now it wants to act up. Okay, so you want to go through the top to the bottom. It's like that, top to the bottom. And you're going to wrap your yarn. Don't worry about that loose piece, because you're going to weave that in as you go along, and it will be taut, because after doing all this crocheting, ain't nothing coming loose. So wrap that around, pull it through from the bottom to the top. Now, I already had to start it, so I have to pull this through already. You're just going to have this this piece here when you start. And you're going to go through the next hole from top to the bottom, wrap your yarn around, weaving in your loose piece, and pull it through. And you're going to do a slip stitch, which is just holding it through the stitch. Now, let's do it again. Top to the bottom, wrap the yarn around. Where am I? Wrap around, pull through to the top, and pull through that loop. That's your slip stitch. One more time. Top to bottom, wrap yarn around, pull through to the top, and pull through the loop. Now you do that all the way around. You can pause here and finish yours. I'm going to put this away because I already got one done. Okay, so I did this all the way around. This is what your shoes should look like. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I bought this thread from Lowe's. It has thread on the bottom, and it's, flat on the top. So you can buy this at Lowe's. It comes in a big roll. They have it on, and they cut it for you by the foot or by the yard or whatever, how much you want. It's very wide, so you can get plenty of shoes made with it. I think for a regular type shoe, adult shoe, you can get maybe for 1 yard, 1 foot rather, whatever. Ain't that a foot? Yard? Whatever. You can get like 3 or 4 shoes made. So you want to take this and lay it with the tread part on the table, just on the top. And you want to take your marker and trace around the shoe. Now I already did that, as you see. I done marked up my darn shoe with it. I gotta find me a thing that won't do that, or trace it onto a paper first, then cut the paper out and put the paper on here and cut it out, trace around and cut it out. Then you won't have this marker on your shoe like me. Okay, well, I already did that part of preparation ahead of time, so this is what it looks like. There's a tread on the bottom. See, and that's gonna go like that. So what I did is I bought this. What did I do with my brush? This is the glue that I bought. It's Wellwood Contact Cement. Make sure your room is well ventilated, because this stuff stinks, smells. And you stir it up. Make sure it's good and ready. Now, get a paintbrush. I know I have one around here somewhere. Where did it go? Give me a sec. Spike, did you take my paintbrush? I had one sitting right here. Okay. I can't find that one, so give me a sec. I gotta go get a brush. Okay, I got a brush. Now, it's probably right in my face somewhere. So I bought this little brush. Now, what you want to do is take the piece that you just cut out, and you kindly paint a layer onto the piece you just cut out. Let's call that the bottom of the sole. Yeah, the tread. Try not to get none on your work area like I just did. Stuff is really strong, and it's all in my face. I have my fan on, I have my door open, so I won't get sick or high or whatever they do with glue. But that's what you do. And you set that aside. Okay, so set that aside. And we take the bottom of the sole. The bottom, not the top. And you want to do the same thing with this. Make sure you get the grooves. If your flip-flop that you bought have the grooves, make sure you get in them grooves. Okay, so that's all glued up. You want to put that to the side. And you let that dry for about 20, I like to say about 20 to 30 minutes. It all depends on how much glue you put on, that you have to, how long you have to let it dry. Because you want both sides to be dry, that when you touch it, it might be a little tacky, but not a lot. If you have a sheen to it when it dries, that's a good thing. Because those both sides have to be nice and dry, so they can adhere together. Because what they do is the glue adheres to each other. So that's how that works. Clean off my stir stick that I made, because I forgot to buy an actual stir stick, so I had a piece of wood and used that as my stir stick. Okay, let's put the top back on here. Let's put that away. Okay, so while that is drying, we're going to pause here. I want to show you a shoe that I did do, and this is what it looks like on the shoe. I wore these outdoors, so, but this is what the shoe looks like with it on there. And you see I'm good for tracing with the marker and what it does. But this is the shoe I made for this type of shoe. You know, little big toe goes through here, but this is what I made. But this is the sole. Great sole. So, now, where's my piece? I have a piece right here. So when the two glues, see, I pulled this off here because I didn't want it on there because I decided to do something else. But when the two glues come together, you got to make sure you put your sole exactly where you want it. And then you press down. You might want to do it this way. And it sticks together. And you might want to put something heavy on top of it. You know, don't do this before you do that. I'm doing something. Put something heavy on top of it and let it sit for 24 hours. And that's when you'll have that other adhere shoe. And then your sole is done. So, but it takes at least maybe a week for it to really set. 72 hours, maybe more. But that's why you want to prepare the soles way ahead of time. That's why I like to do a lot of soles, because I make a lot of shoes and do them all ahead of time and set them aside, so when I need them, I can just take my tops and crochet them to my bottoms. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you next time.